Okay, I believe we can start. Hello, everyone. My name is Mariusz Wania. I'm a senior sales engineer at AppLogic Networks, and I'm really excited to be here with you today to be a part of this event. And I'm really excited about sharing this session regarding next generation network observability and optimization with all of you. Okay, without really further ado, let me jump into the agenda for today's presentation. I'll start with a few words about who we really are, and then I'll follow with a little bit of solution overview to give you really the details, what we do, how we can help you. And also, this will be followed by the live demonstration. So this is the point where I really want to build your understanding what the platform is about and how our customers really benefit of having it installed in their network. The last session will be question and answers. So feel free, please, to drop the questions if you have in the chat, and I'll address them at the end of the presentation. So who we really are. AppLogic Networks is really the pioneer in network observability and traffic management solution, with over 20 years of experience in the network intelligence industry. We have a great worldwide customer presence, as we've already delivered our solution to more than 1,000 customers. So they are already they are already customers that are really benefiting out of having our solution that really delivers great visibility into the network traffic and can be used for further network optimization and improving the overall security. Worth mentioning is the fact that our company always really every 6 to 12 months releases Internet Phenomena report. This is the report where all the network and internet trends are there. We've recently released a new version, so please feel free to go to our webpage, applogicnetworks.com, and get the report there. It's really interesting report to go through to be really up to date with all the changes that are happening now. Everything in our business really starts with the visibility. So mentioning about the visibility, I have to mention what is really the heart of our system, which is AppLogic. AppLogic gives you the greatest degree of visibility into how your networks are operating, the traffic that is flowing through your network, and also really important aspect, the impact on your applications, users, and end devices within your network. It's really by far the industry's leading application identification and classification technology. It will ensure that over 90% of the traffic that is going through your network will be properly classified and identified, and you will get all the details around the protocols, applications that are used within your network, who was using them, when, and many different data around that aspect. It also offers the most granular key performance indicators and provides really deep context into what's going on with this traffic and the impact it has on your business. So AppLogic is really a great fundamental of our solution, but obviously we wrap it in many different technologies around, and we ended up with our enterprise solution consisting of two main modules. One is called Analyze, the other one is called Optimize. Those two modules are purely related about network observability and network optimization. So starting with analyze around network observability. Here, really the main goal is to provide you a comprehensive multi-level visibility in terms of dashboards about what is really going on with your network, what is really going on with the traffic in your network. And this is really used to also provide you actionable insights as, for example, to the network team to properly react on certain network issues if they are troubleshooting the performance issues in the networks, or also from a more high-level perspective to optimize your spending on the network equipment. With that, you may realize that you may not really need any kind of upgrades in your network. You may be good with whatever you have now. So once you have this complete picture of your network, you can go to step number 2, which is network optimization. And network optimization is where we really deliver you a full tool set of the functionalities that you can use to manage your network, to manage the traffic in your network in order to boost the application performance. And as ultimate goal, obviously, is to also ensure the best possible quality of experience from for your end users within your network. And by the toolset, I mean here you are getting the ways how to really manage and control the traffic. So you can, for example, prioritize certain business critical applications from your perspective. You can deprioritize something which is completely irrelevant for your business continuity. You can block also or filter some unwanted content to boost the productivity and so on. So we have a really great flexibility how to really manage that traffic. I've mentioned you about AppLogic. I've told you how we build our modules on top of that, but let me also give you a little bit more examples how you can really use this data within the how you can use this data within the manufacturing environment. So, for example, one of it, real-time visibility in manufacturing traffic. As we know, manufacturers increasingly rely on IoT sensors and devices for many different purposes: maintenance, process automation, quality control. You know better than I. Without clear insights into the data flows, they are sometimes face certain issues, bottlenecks, or failures if critical sensor is not really sending the data, or this data is delayed or somewhere lost in the network. So here we are talking about really classifying and monitoring traffic in real time. So you will be able to prioritize essential machine-to-machine communication, ending up with reducing network congestion and obviously providing the better environment, your production environment, to make faster and better decisions based on that. Second aspect that I wanna cover is quality of experience for real-time applications, and this is really related with adopting innovative technologies around the industry like augmented reality or virtual reality, which those kind of services really require special handling with strong focus on quality of experience due to really the nature of those services. So in order to deliver smooth and reliable operation of those applications, you need definitely deliver in network environment with really high bandwidth and low latency. So this is where we can help you with when we can provide you those kind of capabilities. Also optimization around automation and robotics. You'll be able to use our solution in order to prioritize or even allocate a dedicated bandwidth for critical automation and robotics traffics. So this really ensures that minimal latency and jitter for all the operations around the robotics will be provided, even if for example, certain part of the networks can be still somehow congested and suffering from the poor resources. Important aspect is also predictive analytics and anomaly detection. So here we are talking to be a little bit more really proactive than just reactive. We can detect unusual traffic patterns and behavior within your network. So for example, if there is a new protocol or a new applications that we've never seen before in your network, we'll raise this flag and you will be able to simply react on that, whether it's gonna be something you are okay with or not. And obviously, not everything is around production line, robots, and automation. So definitely, we can also help you here with corporate network optimization and simply making the daily operation of your office staff way smoother and way easier than it used to be. By, for example, what I already mentioned, prioritization of the business critical application. You can even try to boost productivity based on blocking unwanted content, like filtering all the social media related content, block certain applications that you think that might be some of the cybersecurity threat for you, and many more ways how you can use our solution. Okay, let me jump now to the demo. I need to just go to my browser to log into my system. I hope that it's not gonna be. Yes, the connection is still working. So I'm right now logging to the system that I'm using for the demo purposes, and I would like to use this system to give you, I would say, a little bit more like a troubleshooting scenario. And also you will see over how we progress from steps to step, what better data we relieve, how we can approach the troubleshooting, and how really, in fact, it's easy with our platform to conduct such kind of troubleshooting and really provide you the best possible ways how to handle any kind of issues within your network. What you can see right now on the screen is the network overview dashboard. This is our landing page, and simply the idea behind that page is to provide you high-level information that you can assess whether your network, how is it performing on the high level, but you can also from here go and really drill down to the details. You can really go to check every details from here. But let me tell you what you see here. In left corner, you see here you see a network, what we call network overview. This simply provides you the most critical KPIs that are necessary to assess the network environment. And you might be interested, what is really this number 3.2? So this is what we call the score, and this is really our unique capability. So out of all the metrics and with a human aspect, we can tell you, and we can. This is what we are doing here. We tell you what is really the quality of experience from the end user perspective. So based on that, the network here is performing, I would say, average, because the score is from 1 to 5. Moving a little bit to the right to get a little bit more details. So what I can see here is the total throughput over the time. So I'm right now focusing on a specific time, which I can change here, and this is the total throughput of all the traffic going through my network over the time. And I see that split it into 4 groups. I've created 4 different application groups to give you a really high-level overview how the traffic is split between the applications and the groups. So I differentiated 4 groups: recreational application, business application, SAS and others. And you can immediately see what is the impact of recreational traffic. For example, if I move my mouse over here, I see what's the impact of the recreational traffic, how it's comparing to the, for example, business critical traffic from my perspective, or anything what is going to the internet SaaS traffic. As I've mentioned before, we have many different KPIs that you can use for your analysis, and depending what is simply your experience, you may use different parameters. We have throughput, latency, packet loss, volume, and many different more. But let me give you an overview, and what is really critical information here is in this widget in the middle. So this is really the key of the solution. Those are all the applications that we've been able to identify and classify within the network. So if I move it up and down, you see all the applications. We have Telegram, we have Microsoft Slack, Netflix, and so on. So really a big list of applications. But what's more, it's not only about application. You need to have also the details around that, right? So we have also information how many users is using this application, or have been using this application in your network. What is their quality of experience? What is their perception of that applications? Whether they are fine with the way how it works or not really. And what is also the volume that this application generated within your network. And as you can see, those are the applications that are some recreational related, business related, etc. And let me focus on the application that is not really performing very well and is really crucial, for example, for our company operation with Salesforce. As you can see, Salesforce here has a very poor score, 1.8, and 1/5 of the entire user within my network was using Salesforce. So if I have a really poor performance and it's affecting 1/5 people within my office or within my entire company, this might really be a big deal for me. It may impact the daily operation. So let me go further. Let me click on Salesforce, and I'll be redirected to the application dashboard. So it's very similar what you've seen with the network dashboard, but right now the data is pre-filtered only for this specific application. And focusing here again on the left top corner with those key KPIs, I can immediately see that there are KPIs which is total latency, and for Salesforce is really high. 185 milliseconds average total latency. It's really high number. So it's definitely may affect the user experience with this application. Okay, so what can I do more? So how should I proceed? Throughput right now is not telling me anything interesting. So let me focus of the latency, which I see is definitely a big potential risk here and might be an issue with this network. So let me show you the KPIs, which is the external latency. So this is the latency which is coming from the internet side, so from the operator side. And obviously, we always want to blame third party. We always want to blame ISP. But this is really showing me that latency external is around 30 milliseconds. So we are fine on that side. So this is not the problem with the link. It's not down. Everything is okay here. So let me jump on latency internal. And here, latency internal tells me what is the latency on the local area network. So the network on my side that I'm responsible for. And here I'm getting a really huge number, around even more than 160 milliseconds over the time. So yeah, definitely I narrowed down that there is a problem. There is a problem with Salesforce. There is a problem which is not really related to the ISP. It's on my side. What I can do more? I can go further with that. First of all, I can check here in the widget, which is called users. Those are the list of all the users that are within my network. We have the capabilities to map, for example, user ID, which is, for example, name with an IP in the network. So then we can show you those kind of details. And then we see how each and every user within our network is performing. So I can see what is the overall score for their profiles. I can, if I click on each and every user, I'll get all the informations. What are the protocols used, when exactly? Similarly, what we see here. But that's not the point that I wanna focus on now. Let me jump on locations. So we can also pinpoint a specific traffic to a location. So here we have actually 4 different locations. We have 4 access points that are located in a single building. And based on that score for each access point, we see that one of it is performing really, really bad. So this is the location. This is the access point where almost all the users might be suffering due to the performance issues around that area. Okay, let me jump on that. Let me see. And this is right now location dashboard. So here I'm having prefiltered the data based on the location information. So SV1 operations. And if I jump right now on the total throughput, which is telling me a lot again. So as you can see, again, what I defined as a recreational traffic is really eating almost the entire bandwidth. So here I have a really good results of my analysis that, okay, there is a problem. There is a problem with the application, which is critical for me. I know where the problem is. I know the location. I know if any of the users within that locations are using this application. So I know exactly who's suffering from the poor performance. But I also know what to do. If I'm right now responsible for the network administration, I would definitely use our network optimization part to really decrease the recreational traffic. So why the people within that network utilizing lots of recreational related applications? So there is definitely something wrong from my business point of view. So now I can, for example, use our optimization part to deprioritize the traffic which is recreational traffic, or prioritize the traffic that is related to Salesforce. So I can do it for a specific application, I can do it for a group of application, or I can do it, for example, based on the entire location. So there are many different ways how to do it. Okay, if I want to just have a quick look what they are really doing, that they are utilizing lots of the bandwidth. So I can, for example, go to app category. And this is the data that is showing me not really the details based on the application level, but each category where the application belongs. So for example, I see that not almost, but everyone within that location was using any social media related application. And this was responsible for generating 14% of the traffic within that location. So definitely I can do something around that. I can tell you video, which is purely on-demand streaming. So Netflix, Prime, etc. It's also quite heavily used. So this is the way how we can really get the necessary details to react accordingly. Also, from the more security perspective, you see here the destination addresses. So those are all the IPs, the destination IPs, our users within the network were connecting to. And maybe by users here, we are addressing simply people behind that. But if we are talking more about, I would say, manufacturing industry, users might be, for example, like devices within your network, within your production network. And here you can also indication what is the location of the remote IP. So that might be from the security perspective, it might be important, because if you see some strange countries on the list, that might be like a potential security breach from your perspective. Going back to the summary, focusing on anomalies that I covered before. So we have a way how to detect unusual traffic behavior, and simply we are raising this fact to you. So here are volume-based anomalies. So for example, if someone is using VPN to download huge data out of your enterprise network, it might be something definitely that will be identified as an anomaly if this is a really, really huge file. And then you can really react on that anomaly, because we have what we call smart alerts. It may trigger the alerts to you. So it's then based up to you to be a little bit proactive and try to respond before anything happened, or keep it going to the point where you just react. But smart alarms give you a really great capabilities to really be proactive than reactive. You have many different options how to create those alarms. You can use what we call intelligent alarming. Simply, you can move that whole functionality to our solution. So our intelligence will be then fully responsible to telling you what is really the anomaly and what we think you should be having a look at, or it can be done by you entirely. Also, when we are talking about real-time traffic, I want to show you what we call live view based on the application name. So here we are talking about getting information, real-time information. What are the protocols that and applications that we see in your network, together with basic data around that, like throughput, upstream, downstream, connections, number of connections, which, for example, if you see that you have a huge spike in the number of connections, so it's really growing by 1,000, then you will get immediately information that there might be something wrong with your network, or you might be, for example, under a DDoS attack. So you can use it in that from that aspect as well. You can change the grouping. It can be, for example, based on location. So if, for example, you are getting an alarm that, yeah, the performance of every application is dropping within a specific location, you can jump here and you can see whether maybe this location is really reaching the bandwidth, reaching the limit. So this is the way how you can use it. From here, obviously, you can jump to each and every location to see more details. What I believe also will be interesting, this is based on the users. So if you have, for example, some devices on the production, then you can see if what's really sending. If you don't see uh, the traffic on, let's say, in your management system, that some sensor is not responding, you can see whether it's sending the data, if it's not, etc. Those kind of details. And also, last one, let me jump to location. This is more dashboard when you have a company that is spread over several locations. So simply you can have them on the map. This is in form of the building. So for this example, we have 2 locations. And if I click on a specific building of my interest, I see the data only coming from that building. I see information that I have there, 5 different access points. I can click on those access points to pre-filter the data that you see in those widgets in the middle. So I can also take that from that perspective. Okay, that's all what I wanted to cover. Let me just jump on the presentation. As a summary, I would like to just mention once again the benefits that you are getting out of our solution. So definitely the key aspect is the visibility. So finally, you will get the full network profile. You will get the full details around what's going on in the network. And you will be able, obviously, use those insights in many different ways. From the troubleshooting perspective, you may be even use it for planning some kind of upgrades within your network and so on. And also, let us not forget about the optimization part, which is critical to provide the best possible application performance to your users or to the devices that you are managing. So this is the critical point to maintain the business continuity, to meet all the SLAs, and to address all the demands of your network. As always, important aspect is cost, is money. So we can also maintain or reduce even infrastructure and operational cost by, for example, telling you, yeah, this upgrade is not needed. You will, by using optimization and visibility part, you will sustain till 2 years. You are fine for 2 years. So move that budget for the third year. You will be able to better plan cost around your network, and also save way cost around that. Even from the OpEx perspective, your network team will be way better with all the from the troubleshooting perspective. They will spend less time on that, and then obviously time is the cost. And the last aspect is the managing the complexity. So we know that our networks, they are getting more complex. They are responding to many different demands coming from a different services, which are really transforming our network. Like what I've mentioned with this augmented reality and virtual reality. So here we need to have really something to tell you and to provide you that visibility, and also to provide you the network environment, that you will be really benefiting out of having those kind of services, because they are very complex and you need to have a way how to manage them. Okay, now question and answers. Let me just can your solution prioritize critical manufacturing applications like SCADA or MES? Yes, we have support for more than 3,000 different applications and the protocols. There are also the protocols that are used by those two solutions that you meant, for example, SCADA. Okay, will this solution reduce the total data volume that my network can handle, or introduce additional delay? So yeah, this is more technical question. So how we do the shaping, so how we manage the traffic. So if we are talking purely about, for example, prioritization of the traffic, then definitely we are introducing packet queues, and we are introducing a small delay into that. But yeah, this is done in a controlled way, so nothing to be afraid of here. What specific features of your solution surpass Zampix in terms of network monitoring and analysis? Okay, so definitely here the response is around the AppLogic. So this is the DPI, the network intelligence capabilities that are really way superior over whatever you can find in the market nowadays. Definitely, if you go to any other vendors that is around monitoring solutions or analysis solutions, you will not get this kind of accuracy in terms of protocol identification and classification. So yeah, definitely the ways the huge strength will be in the classification capabilities of ours, and also the granularity of the data. So as I've mentioned on the presentation, we have many different KPIs metrics which you can use to visualize the data, and this is also definitely a key differentiator here. Does your system allow full automation or response to network issues similar to Zabbix? Yes, we have automations around, for example, network optimization. So what you need to do, you need to build certain rules and policies how you want to react on the specific network conditions, and then based on that you will have a fully automatic response and fully automatic loop how the system will respond to the network environment. And the way how it's gonna respond is based on the rules and policies that you configured. I assume your solution can integrate with our existing infrastructure like Cisco. Are you integrating and programming the solutions individually, and how difficult it is to set up and post integration changes to the setup? So first of all, our solution is analyzing the data plane. So we are talking here about analyzing the IP data. So we do not really care whether this is based on the Cisco infrastructure or Juniper infrastructure, Aruba, whatever the vendor is. So from that perspective, we are really agnostic. And also we have multiple integrations with our system in order to provide you more context around the data that we see in your IP pipes. So for example, we have integration with Radius server to provide you subscriber to IP mapping, or with Active Directory to really give you the visibility on the user level, but obviously on the IP level, those are only IPs. So we are using those kind of third-party integrations to enrich the data that we have in our system. Okay, that's all. Thank you very much all for being with me. And yeah, you know my name. Feel free to drop me any questions. I can also share my email in the chat. So if you have any, please feel free to let me know, and feel free to approach me. Thank you so much.